Good morning. Thank you for being here with us today. This is the House Insurance Life and Health Subcommittee meeting. We have two bills on our agenda today, and our first one is going to be HB 1098, Bridging the Gap, and that is going to be Chairman Hawkins, if you would present your bill.
Thank you, ma'am. This is HB 1098 LC 339622. This bill addresses the need of people who have end-stage renal disease that are under the age of 65. Medigap insurance and Medicare insurance over the age of 65 picks up the great majority of this cost and helps pay the co-pays and premiums. But if you're under the age of 65, you're left without that type of protection, and a lot of these folks are spending their life savings in dialysis, which is not a curable condition. They're going to be on dialysis until they get a kidney or they no longer are on this earth. Bleak on both sides. So this bill is to help these folks. I would say we got over 500,000 people, and out of that 500,000, 5,400 would be in this category. So you've got 0.1% that would be affected by this. Those numbers seem to me that, although I'm sure the insurers will say that this is going to greatly raise the cost of insurance, the numbers don't indicate that to me. And at the end of the day, we should be more about helping folks and focused on the folks that we serve and the people that are out there. These folks obviously would, if they have this and they're under the age of 65, would run through their life savings and be on Medicaid, and the government's going to pay for it that way. So we're going to pay for it either way, but I think that option one is a better option. It's fair to them. Insurance is, was created so we don't lose our home, to spread the cost and the risk along a pool of people. We're looking at a large pool of people here to do that with. So we have some folks here that are the experts. Have they signed up?
Yes, we have several people that have signed to speak to the bill.
Madam Chairman, if you want to call that list, that'd be fine.
Thank you.
Any order.
Thank you. We do have some folks that would like to speak to the bill. Elizabeth Lively, if you would come up. Want to go to the podium, please? It should be on.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Chair Taylor, members of the subcommittee. My name is Elizabeth Lively. I work for the nation's largest nonprofit, patient-led advocacy organization that works on behalf of dialysis patients, called Dialysis Patient Citizens. Thank you, Chairman Hawkins, for your interest in this bill and these individuals in Georgia who would really see an incredible increase in their quality.
Thank you. You have a question. Let's see. Go right ahead.
Thank you, Madam Chair Lady. I had a question on you were talking about the 5,400 that were not covered. Why did they not have individual coverage, or why were they not on a group health plan and taking COBRA once they left their coverage? Have we thought about, if those people did not have coverage, so we're going to affect everyone else 65 and older that have done what they were supposed to do? They've had coverage. They signed up on a timely period and got on a Medicare supplement and are paying their premiums, and they're going up probably 8 to 10% for everybody. So then we're going to add an additional $10 a month per person because we had 5,400 that did not have coverage elsewhere. Because had they had an individual policy, they would have been covered. Had they been on a state plan, they would have been covered. Had they had group health and taken COBRA, after 30 months, end-stage renal disease, Medicare is primary anyway.
So, end-stage renal disease is very interesting. This is the only medical condition where the federal government forces you to go on Medicare.
Well, it protects the insurance company, but go ahead.
It forces you to go on Medicare. So if you have coverage through your work or through your spouse, through your spouse's job, after 30 months, you can keep that coverage for 30 months, and then you've lost it. You have to go on Medicare. If you
Well,
don't-
isn't that what we're talking about doing, these folks going on Medicare and getting a supplement?
yes, so you're on Medicare.
And that's going to cover 80%.
They cover the 80%. The employer-based insurance would have been covering that 20%.
Correct.
Now that's gone, okay? So these individuals, they don't have much of a choice. They either have to buy a plan that's costing them $37,000 a year, or go on Medicaid, or, figure out. You're looking at me like I'm crazy.
I do this every day.
So I've got the list here
Yes, ma'am.
from Medicare.com.
I saw it from my buddy right here.
Feel sorry for the patients.
So, this is helping to fill that gap where they can't go on the market, because if you're on Medicare, you cannot go to the market.
Correct.
Buy an AC. That's off the table.
Right.
And after 30 months, if you have private insurance, you're on Medicare, and you've got to figure out a way to fill that gap. So this is a solution for those people, or they're going to spend down on Medicare.
Well, thank you.
Are there any other questions? I have a couple questions. Number one, this is considered an individual policy. Okay. Does it coordinate with Medicare? Does it coordinate with, if someone does still have a group plan or another individual plan, what will happen to those? Do they coordinate the coverages?
That would be up to the dialysis provider and their social workers and their financial planners to make sure that all of that is very well coordinated.
Okay. Is anybody here from the department? Okay. We might save it up. We may want to hear from you. Thank you. I don't see any more questions. We appreciate your bringing you this information and sharing it with us this morning.
Thank you for the time. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Robert Morris, if you will come to the podium.
states that have done it, and it will here in Georgia as well.
Are there any questions for the gentleman? I don't see any. Thank you very much for sharing this information with us. Next would be Anna Adams. Oh, she's caught in traffic, so she. Oh,
But she's for
okay.
HB 924.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's the other bill. Thank you. I don't see anyone else to speak on the bill. Okay, please. Does anyone have a question for the gentleman? Again, I don't see any, and thank you very much for sharing your information with us. And I will go back to the author of the bill, Chairman Hawkins.
Thank you, ma'am. I'll just do a quick wrap up here. When I was in college at Emory, my roommate used to go over there and relieve the caretaker for Bobby Jones. I don't know if y'all know, but he actually had the amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, ALS. And he used to come back and tell me how difficult that was for the greatest golfer in the world. And he couldn't even get out of bed any longer, couldn't brush his teeth. You know, years and years ago, we started going down the path of looking at autism. I was over in the Senate when Tommy Williams came out with that legislation, and it took all the way till about, 4 or 5 years ago before we actually got it passed. Richard Smith went to the podium and said, a year or so after, he said, you know, it really didn't raise the insurance rates that much. I regret that we didn't do this sooner. So we got a choice here. We can go ahead and be the 17th state, or we can wait and be the last state. But I think somewhere along the line, we need to help the folks that need our help. And for me, that's what I've done 44 years, is help people and over policy. And I think it's good policy for us to help the folks out there that depend on us to do things for them. So I'll wrap up with that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. This is a hearing only, and I appreciate everyone sharing their thoughts on this bill. We do have another bill to take up, and that's HB 924. And is the author, Chairman Ballinger, are you here? Okay, our presenter is not here, so I will adjourn the meeting. Thank you.